This guy played parts of 3 decades at the highest levels of major junior, minor pro, major pro, but only played 95 games in the AHL, but for 5 different teams. He was an original Pittsburgh Penguin, also played with expansion Philadelphia Flyers. Now, those games led to 18 goals and 33 assists, but we cannot deny his impact primarily on minor hockey, which has made him to an AHL and minor pro legend. Of course, we're going to talk about the very talented Winnipeg, Manitoba's own Stratton. Now, Arthur Stratton, born October 8, 1935, again, played 18 games with the Rangers, 5 with the Red Wings, 2 with the Blackhawks, 58 with the Penguins, and 12 with the Flyers. Now, Stratton's professional career was more illustrious than his NHL statistics demonstrate. Starting in 1955 and playing straight until the mid-1970s, he contributed to the following professional hockey teams during his lengthy and productive career: the St. Catharines Teepees, the Cleveland Barons, the North Bay Trappers, Winnipeg Warriors, Springfield Indians, Kitchener-Waterloo Beavers, Buffalo Bisons, Pittsburgh Hornets, St. Louis Braves, Seattle Totems, Tidewater Wings, Virginia Red Wings, Rochester Americans, Richmond Robins, and Hampton Gulls. He holds the AHL record for points in the game with 9, all assists, for playing with the Buffalo Bisons against Pittsburgh on May 17, 1963. Now, Stratton also coached the Syracuse Eagles for part of the 74-75 season. That year, the Eagles were last in the league standings with a record 21 games under 500. Now, awards and achievements, very, very lengthy, so hold on to your hats. He was the MJHL goal-scoring champion 55 and his goal leader in 55 and a first-team All-Star. He was the Northern Ontario Hockey Association Rookie of the Year in 57, the WHL Rookie of the Year Prairie Division 58, AHL First All-Star Team 63, 64, and 65, Calder Cup Champion 63, AHL Most Valuable Player 65 and 74, AHL Scoring Champion 65, CPHL First All-Star Team 66 and 67, CPHL Scoring Champion, again 66, 67, and the CPHL's MVP, again 66 and 67. He was an AHL Second All-Star Team in 74, and then the SHL's Second All-Star Team in 76, and the SHL's Most Valuable Player, again in 1976. And of course, he's an honored member of the Manitoba Hockey Hall of Fame. Now, for many, some of his best seasons came in the Midwest. In 67 with the St. Louis Braves, he had 90 points in 67 games, including 34 goals. His first season, or you can't really call it his rookie campaign because he had played more than the required. Pittsburgh, and he did play with the Hornets in 64 as well. Pittsburgh Penguins, 37 points in 58 games that year, but ended up being in the Philadelphia later that season for 12 games with 4 assists, and he was part of Philadelphia's playoff run that year. Now, Seattle Totems between 69 and 72 before moving to Tidewater in 72. Virginia Wings in 1973 had 80 points in 76 games, but 74 the Rochester Americans, the big totals, 95 points in 76 games, including 71 assists. And again, the Hampton Gulls of the SHL, 64 assists that year, 78 points in 70 games. So AHL totals, 766 points in 669 games, 211 goals. Big playmaker totals, 555 assists. In the playoffs, 55 points in 66 games, including 41 assists. WHL, 81, 89, 269, and 277, with 4 goals and 1 assist in 11 playoff games. And the NHL, of course, 51 points in 95 games and 5 playoff contests. Now, what was kind of weird here, in the CPHL, it was a very good league at the time. MVP was preceded by Cesar Maniego and succeeded by Brian Watson. So it shows you, being a 6'1", 180-pound player, you could have a great career. But what really stands out for me, ladies and gentlemen, is that all the teams he played for, again, he was in that 20 to 25 to 35 goal mark. Very strong in the playoffs. Great contributor, great playmaker, and the only player I can compare him to a little bit for his playmaking ability with all the different teams he played for is Adam Oates. Art Stratton was well known, and he would talk in media reports how to make the perfect pass. He was asked many times by Manitoba Press, why do you think you were such a good playmaker? Well, he said, I saw the puck in the ice, I could see where it was going, and I could respond to that player saying, be in a certain area of the ice. And like I said, he would never try to finish off a play if somebody else could finish it off better. A very unselfish player. But Art Stratton, I've seen him speak in different Manitoba events before, especially like AHL events. Quite an interesting cat because he's the link to the old minor league pro players that broke through. And it'd be nice to see if he would have been given a chance in the WHA. I would like to have seen that. But again, very smooth player. 6'1", 180, a very, very strong player. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.